Greetings, my name is Slight. Sit back, relax, and let's do a Vanessa OverExplain in the newest patch. I have been rotating through all the characters at this point, playing the least amount of Dooley. I've struggled the most with Pygmalion this patch. I keep feeling like I'm outpaced in the early game and then struggling to put together a powerful build as I move into the late game. I've had some success, but not consistent success. Vanessa and Dooley have been much more easy to succeed with. So here we have some interesting options. I think there's a case to be made for 3 out of 4 of these. As usual, the best way to get value out of these overexplains is to pause, analyze the decision that you would make, and then resume and compare it to the decision that I will make. So the big considerations here, I think that Bolus is a no-go. It's not powerful enough, it's not effective enough, and it has too few ammo. One of the big things that we run into, Vanessa, quite often is running out of ammo. Ammo builds totally can work, but sometimes you get some good ammo items early and you just simply don't have enough ammo to support them. Cannonball really solves that very well. You can pick up 2 ammo weapons that under normal circumstances would really struggle to maintain their ammo long enough to kill someone, and now with a total of 4 ammo added, this cannonball actually does quite a bit. Hand axe also is undervalued usually. You know, the reality here is that sure, it's 10 damage every 7 seconds, but if you early game just flood the board with a bunch of small weapons, this gains not just, you know, it gains 6 damage across all of those, right? And that's quite powerful. You know, that's pretty useful. And if I'm not mistaken, it also gives itself 6 damage. So this is really 16 damage every 7 seconds. And lastly, Honing Steel is very good. You know, your early first 3 fights are often going to hit to the Sandstorm. So, you know, this is potentially going to add 80 damage over the course of a fight. And not 80 total damage, meaning the last time that it triggers at 32 seconds into the fight, it may have added a total of 80 damage on a particular item. And that can be really strong. You're basically saying, hey, I am enabling some crappy bronze item. I'm going to scale it up. As long as it attacks fast enough, this Honing Steel is going to be most of the damage. Now, Honing Steel and Hand Axe both don't scale super well. Honing Steel's okay if you have like an aquatic flagship build. But Cannonball is good at all times. That being said, Cannonball is not necessarily as good early. So we have 3 options here. I think Hand Axe is probably the weakest, so I think it's between Honing Steel and Cannonball. I think there's a part of me that really wants to try out Cannonball because it's spicy and interesting, but Honing Steel is definitely the best pick, and because I want to show off exactly what good decisions mean, let's pick Honing Steel. I want to show off what's going to happen when we make these good decisions. So, because I have a scaling item, I basically just need 1 weapon, and as long as I level and get 1 weapon before the first fight, I think I'm pretty well favored. So the best thing to do here is just to take this experience. You're always offered at least 2 opportunities to gain experience in the early game. So we want to take that first one so that when we take the second one, we're guaranteed to level up by the end of the first day. We'll fight Fanged Inglet because we have a better chance of getting one of these fangs. I'd be relatively happy with Deadly Eye, but ideally here we would get the Fang. And I'm going to pause. Alright. The Pelt. Alright, this is good. So in this situation, it's not ideal. If we got the Fang, we would be able to take Finn's Big Bite here, which would be really strong for us. But because we did not actually get a weapon, and I know the next hour is going to require us to take experience for us to get the level up, I have to go to Curio because I need a weapon here. Alright, I think this is just a simple magnifying glass. The question is, do I re-roll? I think I do. And I think it's worth taking this makeshift barricade as well. I'll go ahead and sell my pelt. Take this. And is there anything else we can nab from this? Yes, there is. We'll take this Fang because it is lower cooldown. Place that there. Don't need this. Sell that. And then I'd like to get this, but I don't have enough money for it. I could sell this for it. The improvised bludgeon is actually quite strong. It slows 2 items, and then when you sell it, it gives slow. So I am actually going to do this. I think this gives us the best chance at winning our first fight. We'll be able to level up right here. Perfect. And we'll take a bronze skill. Let's see what we get. Perfect. So happy to take left-handed here. This has the most immediate value. Very simple. And I always like to make it clear that we did level up so that the other player knows immediately. I don't know why I do that. Alright, he has no regen, which is good for us. He's got 30 damage, but no scaling. That shield is going to help him, but the fact that we have this slow, I think, is going to be really big for us. I think we're pretty much guaranteed to win here. He has no crit. Yeah. And our honing steel is coming into play just as we expected it. We actually have some scaling. He doesn't. And the fight's going to be over here shortly. Alright, nice. 500 damage with a Fang. That's great. And we got 8 slows from our improvised bludgeon. Alright, so now we don't have a clear path forward, and we just want to make the most optimal decisions that we can. We have space open. What do we want to spend that space on? It's an interesting question. There is some argument to just taking experience every time you get it from a Jungle Ruins like this. And that's not necessarily the wrong argument. The real question is, can I beat level 2 PvE opponents with what I currently have? And that would be stuff like Rogue Scrapper, Warrior, as well as the Crab. And we could definitely beat the Crab. Probably beat the Warrior because he has so much less health than he used to. The tricky thing here is, though, that I kind of would prefer to put some weapons on my board. Actually, I don't know if that's true. I think weapons are actually pretty weak for me because really I just need Honing Steel hitting one weapon, and because we have that solved, I'd really like some of Vanessa's much better items, which are non-weapon items for the early game. So I could either take Lost and Found, or I could take an experience. I think I'll go ahead and take the experience. Alright, pretty nice. Here, we have the option between taking experience or a skill, a small weapon, or small items. For me, the pick is small items. I'm looking for stuff. Catfish is a good early game item. This 4 poison, actually quite strong early game. And now I'm trying to consider whether or not want to re-roll. Because now I feel like I'm strong enough to beat pretty much any of the level 3s. I mean, of the day 2 PvE encounters. So, which one do I want, though? I think I want to go Covetous Thief. because we could get a fair amount of options that are actually quite good with our setup here, that are good with left-handed. I'm thinking about Grindstone and Shadowed Cloak. Both of those items are quite good. We also do beat Rogue Scrapper, but Rogue Scrapper gives pretty weak rewards, all things considered. Really nothing that is very exciting. So let's go Covetous Thief. And that's a good point. Our Improvised Bludgeon actually hits the 2 active items that he has, which actually is pretty good. Catfish has become one of my favorite early game items to get. You know, the first 3 fights, this Catfish actually puts up quite a bit of damage, considering. That's not what I was looking for. So one thing that I can key you into that's a bug with this patch is that if you take the Get Bronze loot, you get an extra experience for it. Alright, under normal circumstances, when I click this button, I should not gain an experience, but I do. Okay. I am looking to fill my board. I don't have anything that I feel really good about adding stats to with Lickit. So I think we'll go here. Perfectly happy to get this pearl, but before we take that, let's take the ambergris so that we get the scaling. Bayonet is very weak. I will re-roll because there are some opportunities here to get some better items. Hate to waste this, but don't mind wasting this. We can go ahead and put this here like so. And I'm just trying to capture that cooldown reduction. I think it's potentially more impactful than having that Improvised Bludgeon. And 5 damage is something that I'd prefer to save for something that's going to be more impactful. So I think we'll go with this. I am out of money, so I can either get some health, exactly 30 health, or I can move toward leveling up. I would have loved to see Kina earlier, because Kina has a lot of the items I'm looking for in the early game. But nevertheless, we have a board. We can at least send it. Let's see how it goes. I don't think we're particularly well positioned here, especially against Dooley. If he's got like Ignition Core, you know, we're in a tough spot. Luckily, he doesn't have Ignition Core, but he's got a pretty good build going on. He's able to trigger this power drill quite a bit, because he's got slow and poison, fire and haste. Yeah. That item is so strong now. Even with this very weak board, he's able to trigger it so consistently. 420 damage. Dooley is definitely the big bad of the patch. Let's see if we can beat him. Alright, we've got some plans. Are they well laid? They very well may be. I think there's a critical decision here that I'm going to make. Take a second to think about what you would do. I think the best move here by far, even though we have an empty board, is when we're given this opportunity, day 2 or 3, is to go ahead and take some early income. Getting this early is super useful into our long-term strategy. Next, we can go JJ, Skills, or Spare Change. This is a easy skills pick. I love that Peaceful Eye. But I'm a little hesitant to remove the value from selling these. So I'm just going to take Frontal Shielding, which is still quite good with Pearl. I am actually not sure we can beat Scout Trooper now. A Cutlass would not be a bad idea. And we're only sacrificing 1 gold for it. So let's do that. Little hesitant to do the Scout Trooper. I've just struggled to get items on the board. Very happy with a cutlass. All right. More of the same. Now that's interesting. Does that go to 10? Yes, it does. Okay, so we either get an upgrade of a bronze item, and that's a pretty easy pick. So here, definitely the way to go is to upgrade Silencer. Silencer's kind of hard to level up because it has no tags. Oh, it is a tech tag now. That's a good point. If I had a weapon at this point that I was happy with, I would not mind taking Sharpening Stone here because it's more gold. But I need a particularly... I'm not quite getting the threshold that I need of power level for the weapon that I need to slot here. And these ones are not going to do. I would be happy to take a Trebuchet under different conditions. And these ones are not quite it either, are they? Because I don't have any of the ammo to actually support them. It is actually the case that the Fang is better than what I currently have. So we're in a tough spot. I think on average we would have been given a little bit better options there. There's quite a few weapons that would fit here and be in a better spot. And another tough roll here, because this costs money we don't have. This is a terrible decision for us right now. Mostly because even if we gain this 7 gold, we can't spend it before the next fight. So let's see what Kina has. Maybe she'll save us. Wow, Kina is pumping, to say the least. Those are some good items. Alright, what's the best way to do this? So first thing is we're just going to bite the bullet and do this. Then I guess I don't want to sell this. If I sell this, then buy this. No. Alright, unfortunately, Improvised Bludgeon, you have to be sold first. Then we buy Life Preserver to gain 1 gold here. Then we sell Ambergris and we upgrade the Silencer. That is much better than where we were before. There is now at least a chance that we win the next fight. It's still not great, but this Life Preserver is going to help us a lot. And luckily, this player has not won a single fight. So, hopefully they won't win against us. Wow, he has really good skills for someone who has not won a single fight. Yeah, with the Brick Buddy scaling here, I think he's got us. That's a really strong build. I'm incredibly surprised he hasn't won. He's got Rigged and Rush, as well as Poison skills, and Brick Buddy Monitor Lizard, and First Aid. I mean, he's got what he wants. And Charcoal there is actually quite good. Yeah, that's tough to beat. Alright, so we can either gain max health. Our 7 income is actually paying off quite well. We could get a slow item, or we can look at haste, slow, and cooldown items. I don't have a lot of money, and really I want a better weapon. That is my main objective right now. So I'm going to take the free. This is pretty good. We can scale up our shielding here. Nice. Aerodrome is a really nice place to go to if you have extra cash early, because really powerful vendors can actually appear there earlier than they normally would in the game. Alright, that is much better than what we were currently doing. I'm happy to sell this, and I'm happy to buy that. All in all, that's great. Thank you, Sylvia. 2.3. I think we easily beat Flame Juggler here, just due to the amount of shielding that we have. Hey, nice. Love to see you critting. Twice in a row, buddy. And looks like we were able to stop that burn damage right before we got below half health. So the burst of flame did not trigger, which is always an important thing to consider when beating the Flame Juggler or trying to fight him. Lots of crits. Thank you, Revolver. Sure, that'll go on our board. Mostly because we don't have any other options. So getting this early inexorable is great for us. I don't have any hasting. Bold under pressure, I haven't been very impressed with. But getting this early is awesome. I'm pretty low on funds. There's not a lot at Curio that I can really think I'd love, except for maybe Power Boots would be pretty good. But other than that, we're probably not going to get much value out of going to Curio. So I'm just going to go to the docks, and I am going to roll for a shield item. That's not the one I was looking for. I was looking for a non-weapon shield item. And unfortunately, even if I take this one experience, I will not be leveling up for the next fight. Some chocolate bars could help, but I am happy to see this aquatic. Interesting. I do like that. So, Tusked Helm is gone. Catfish is gone. Revolver is gone. And let's put this guy into play. I think that'll work out quite well for us. I'd also love to get a crow's nest, but one thing at a time. This is also aquatic, which is nice for triggering off the pearl. Okay, I think we've got a legitimate shot in the next fight. We will see. If it's a hardcore poison build, we may struggle. Beach ball barrel, jellyfish, pufferfish, yeah. That being said, there is an opportunity here, potentially, for us to beat him down. Mostly because he doesn't have... He has decent haste triggers, though. Yeah, he's got the double jellyfish. Yeah, the chance of us winning here is pretty small. But we'll do our best. A little too much. He's kind of got everything he wants here, where we only have maybe half of what we want. We tried our best. Alright, day 5. We've only had one win under our belt. And we are quite poor. Part of that is due to like RNG, like what monsters give you, you know, and what items you're actually taking away from those monster encounters. I think main thing here is I'm kind of low on gold, so I'm happy to take a small tool. Mostly just so I have more things to sell. Silver tier item or silver tier loot item. I still have some trash on my board, so I think I'll take a look at silver tier items. That's pretty good. Not good enough to play yet, but could potentially fit in a build. I really don't want to take 6 regen, I don't think. Although it's better than going to JJ. So we'll take 6 regen here. Alright. So Hakurvian Rocket Trooper has a lot of good stuff for our build. It has Shadowed Cloak. It also might allow us to transition into an ammo build depending on what items were offered. Trash Town Mare is also quite good. It would give us some opportunity. I think on average, though, while Trash Town Mare has the best chance to high roll because we could get augmented weaponry, which is the skill that whenever you sell small item, you gain 1 damage to all your weapons. I think the Rocket Trooper is actually more likely to give us something we want. We could get Keen Eye, Flashy Reload, Rocket Boots, Shadowed Cloak, Eagle Talisman, and Gunpowder, all of which I would be happy to get. But Shadowed Cloak would probably be the best thing to get. So hopefully we get that. That might save the run. We are putting pretty good numbers up for shielding. Alright. There's a lot of good things out there. You know what? I will take that. Nothing to be excited about, but nothing to be upset about. 10% crit there. Alright. Because this is a tool, I'd be happy to upgrade it. So I think it's very nice to go to Orion here. Ah, interesting. We see the Ramrod, which I think is actually quite good. I've got some ideas on how I could utilize this. That being said, none of those are present on this board. It is a tough $6 to spend, but because I'm so unattached to so much on my board, let's do it. Unfortunate here. I will take this just because having one of these gives you so much flexibility in your build, but the rest of it is unfortunately useless. Now, we would need to take this if we wanted to level up, so I think that's probably the best play. And we'll actually roll over into the next day with a little bit of extra gold, which is nice. All right, and I'm pretty sure. Let me see here. 25 extra damage, or do we just improve the scaling on it? Might be better just to go for more scaling. Again, not something I'm excited about, but I'm trying to make the most of what I have to win the very next fight, and that's important to do, because if I lost this next fight by 30 health, you know, that would matter a lot, because I chose to upgrade the submarine. And there is a reason to upgrade submarine there. Also, I think we're pretty well positioned against this. Not perfect. Oh no, that shield gain is crazy. Yeah, there's no way. Dude, the duct tape plus armored core is just insane. Yeah. Goodbye. We just scale up way slower than that build does. All right. So we are actually entering to this day with some money. Let's see if we can turn this around. I don't want to go to JJ. I'd rather extend my current economic position by going here. And I think I'm happy to get a tool. That's not a bad one. That is at least better than this. And there's some reason to wait to sell that. Alright, let's see what Kina has. Alright, perfectly happy to take a Cove. A little late, but it's bronze, so happy to take it. The Astrolabe is fine, but I don't have anything for it to trigger with, so I'm going to skip it. And this figurehead is not too bad. You know, at least this is actually moving us into a direction, giving 25 damage to our submarine. I think it's time for the Life Preserver to come out, and we'll put this in. And we can go ahead and move these to the left. That way they have their cooldown reduced from figurehead. And I do think that's a slight improvement on what we're up to. Alright. So we cannot beat Lich. Our build is not... If we had an all-out aggressive build, there's some chance. But I think our best bet is Foreman here. We could potentially get something like Crane. and maybe make that work. It's at least not totally unreasonable. Our innate crit is sitting at 10% now, and so this one's at 20 because we gave it the 10. Hey, we got a crit. Flashy mechanic would be super good for us. Super good. That is not flashy mechanic. Alright. Medium items. I'm not sold on this submarine. I think there's a lot of weapons we could put here that would be really strong. Submarine's a little slow and steady. And doesn't scale fast enough because all we're scaling with is with honing steel. But I think the best move here for the long term is just to go escort and fight. This is just most likely to move us further ahead. I'd be happy with incendiary rounds. Tracer fire, I'd be happy with. Ooh, come on now, don't crit. No more crits. I don't know if I can beat this guy. Oh, well, not when he crits like that. A little too slow. Yeah, really getting a sense of exactly how weak our build is, unfortunately. Alright. Nothing very exciting. We could get some extra damage from Curio. But we really don't gain a lot of benefit from it. I think as much as it feels bad, the best thing to do here is just go to get the guaranteed 66 health, improve our shielding capacity, and hopefully we can turn that into something here. Now, we still have a very bad build, but the kind of one thing we do have is we have some crit going on. So maybe we can further extend that. Another good thing we could get... Oh, we'll see, that's been changed. Let's try crit skills. Sure, inexorable. This kind of fits in this idea that I'm trying to stabilize and find something that's going to really take advantage of this crit that I have building up. Currently, I haven't found that yet. Oh wow, nice. He's got liquid cooled. And he's got some Dinosaur, duct tape. A lot of his... He's just like a mass shield kind of guy. Okay, nice. Pearl dying is good for us. And we really just don't want Honing Steel or Silencer to get eaten next. Alright. It is conceivable. Although extremely unlikely. Wow. I mean, we did get best case RNG here, and I don't think it's going to be nearly enough. Duct tape. Oh, wow, really? Even at least 4 items, because it's diamond on day 6. Yeah, that's true. Alright, we're getting beat up. We're getting beat up, but there is a chance we turn it around here. So let's see how it goes. Alright, what enchantment do we get? We did get the haste enchantment, which I will put on the silencer. When you use the weapon to the left, haste it for 2 seconds, so we should have permanent haste on whatever item we put there. Alright. Now there's not a lot of small items I could think of that I'd really want here, so I think the best move is just to take experience. This is actually quite nice. I'm happy to do this. I can put crit on my submarine here, and that's a big boost in its damage. That's very nice. I think we can beat Shock Trooper now without a big issue, so let's go take him. We got a lot stronger with that haste and deadly upgrades. And deadly's not bad for us because What am I trying to say? Deadly's not bad for us. Obviously not. Deadly's quite good. Alright, I can see that we've gotten a lot stronger, which is nice. Nitro. Nothing I'm excited about. Nothing I'm upset about. This cannot be used. Neither can this. But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items I'm happy to move away from. And because there's so many, I want to see more items. Skill upgrades or haste items. I'm trying to think of a haste item that would be good. I'm not coming up with anything, so I'm happy to do skill upgrades here. Oh, I was going to say the best one we could get is left-handed, but $20 for inexorable. The thing is, at its current rate, it's going to scale up a lot already. I don't think I need that. So I'll go 5 for the frontal shielding. I just don't think I need this to scale up any faster than it currently is. Alright, we'll take a look at non-weapon items. Was hoping for some better options here. Wow, that is very lucky. I don't know if it's enough to carry me, but that is quite good. I do think we can get rid of this and put this in. This way we have a small aquatic package kind of going on. So let's see if we can claw our way back into this fight. Alright, duly it is. We should be able to be triggering this almost every second. We've got 1 freeze, so I think as long as we dodge that freeze on burn on our deadly submarine, we should be okay. That's fine. Yep. Okay. Nice. Alright, that's 1 win. We're going to need a lot more if we're going to be able to make it all the way back in, but we've got a build that actually could put up a W. Alright. Temporary boost is really not terrible here, but I do have a lot of money. And there's a variety of things I could put on my board that I'd be happy to, so I'm actually happy to go to JJ here. And most of that's just because the amount of money I have, and his rerolls are very cheap. Nothing exciting here. The Shark Ray is not bad, but it is a poor comparison to Ballista. Kina? Nothing that's too usable there. Ah, this is interesting. Harpoon? Harpoon is actually not bad. Tropical Island's also not bad. So I think I'm actually in a position where I can make some moves here. Might keep that. Whoops. So I think if I take this and put this out, then I can sell 1, 2, 3. Take the tropical island and start scaling up with the tropical island here. But having this small item destruction could actually be very strong for me. Alright, we are critting a lot. So there are quite a few things from Cosmic Rock. Mostly, I'd be happy with Keen Eye, but Cosmic Wind and Feathers. Getting this down to actually under 2 seconds will be very helpful. Nice. That's huge. Very lucky. Alright, and now we've got some options here. I'm going to pause. Alright, and so I've already got Deadly and Haste here. Harpoon, Honing Skill tends not to have very good options. Figurehead's like all about adjacency, right? Yeah, when you use adjacent items. But Harpoon actually has quite good options. Heal 90, shield 60, but slow 2 items for 4 seconds its slow effect is actually pretty darn strong. So happy to go here. And would love to see some upgrades on this item. I think it's at 12 that we get our next upgrade. Alright, I have plenty of money, and I'm scaling now with Tropical Island here. Tough choice. I'd love to get an upgrade for Deadly Submarine. I'd also be happy with an upgrade for Left-Handed. Deadly Submarine is going to be 12. I don't have 12 sitting around without selling something I don't want to sell. This is a 50-50, right? But it might be worth selling for this Cosmic Wind upgrade. So let's click Grandmaster. Alright, that's goes up to a 2-second haste whenever you crit. Very tough. This Honing Steel is really not doing very much for me. It's not bad, but it's not good. I'm just a little short on money. And I'd really like to wait to sell this Cove until we've had more time to get Tropic Island up. But, you know, you have to... Oops. You have to play for the next fight. So let's go ahead and sell Cove. I think that's the play. It was a tough move to make, but I think it was the right one. And because we have that money, we're actually able to go to Mattel here. An upgrade on Harpoon would be insane. But this Swashbuckle is really good. Probably better than Figurehead. Wow, that's really strong. So that would be Honing Steel's out as well. So maybe I can start here. Pull this down. It's a big boost in damage. That's really good. And maybe we can just put this on the board in case there's some small item destruction. The other alternative is we could just do this. Only destroy one item. But I don't know if it's worth it for 25. The cool thing is we're going to get lots of crits. So that means this is going to get hasted quite a bit, which I'd like to do. Yep. Alright. Let's go with this. We've got a shot. And it is against a Vanessa, who is in a very similar position, the exact same position we are. So, hopefully we are well positioned to defeat them. And looks like we've got a Radiant Rifle. Pretty low damage, though. Does have some stuns. But I think because we go both ways, we're a little bit hard to beat here. That is Radiant, so we couldn't get the slow off with Heavy Harpoon. Alright. I'm now more happy to sell these, although there is some case for waiting to do that. So we're low on money again, and I don't have anything that I can readily sell except for about $4. So I think it's nice to just take freebies here, and max health is a really good one. And we'll go ahead and increase our shielding, especially because this is critting. It's actually quite strong. We'll just put this in our back pocket. A small weapon is not good. We can't put that on our board. We could use it to just gain the money. The other option here is we could click this and see what it gives. I would take a Clamora. I would put a Clamora on my board. I won't put those on my board, though. And I will not spend for the reroll. So, we tried our best. We do have some slowing here, so we could go for slow skills. Burn skills or skills unique to Vanessa. I think unique to Vanessa is the way to go here. There's quite a few good ones. And this is the one that I wanted. Oceanic Rush. Very good for us. We have only 2 aquatic items. Getting a haste on either of these. Super strong right at the start of the fight. Pharaoh's Con is actually interesting. I think we can survive his hits as long as he doesn't crit. Oh, his crit's terrifying. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. This character is so much scarier than he used to be. Just don't crit us, dude. But I want a lot of his stuff. I'd be happy with his haste potion. I'd take disguise. I want his skill. Okay, we can kill him before he kills us. We do a lot of damage, as it turns out. That is sick. That is sick. That's pretty sweet. All right. Dude, we got a game. We've got a game. Get out of here. So, a huge skill upgrade would be this Oceanic Rush. It would be insane. So we have to go for this. That is amazing. Now we're going to get haste on both of these right at the start. And then I have infinite haste. So we just got a lot stronger. Happy to look at Kina, mostly because there's a couple things I'd probably be willing to put on my board. I don't think that's one of them. It is worth considering upgrading it, because maybe we'll eventually solve the ammo problem for Heavy Harpoon. But I don't want to sell anything for it. And unfortunately, these guys don't do it for us. But I just wanted to find potentially something that I could stick here. That was really my goal. All right. Looks like this player has yet to fully lose and go like have their death screen. So that tends to mean they're a little stronger than they could be, but I think we are really strong. Especially with this gold Oceanic Rush, it's going to be pretty hard to beat us. That is a lot of damage. Whoa. Very nice. Very nice. And I'll just throw it in there. As we get to 4 wins here, this is why you do not give up in games. All it takes is a little bit of luck to go your way, and you're going to be doing some crazy damage. Just need to stay studious and focused. It doesn't always work out this way, so don't get me wrong. It's not always like this, but it is often enough like this. Here, I'm tempted to go to Andy because I want something small to fit here, and I can think of quite a few things that would work. But going for a rare event is often a great idea because this can sometimes be just like a free upgrade, right? Interesting. Let's go ahead and exit to main menu when that happens. You might be tempted to say something like, oh, well, Slight, you just got lucky because you got that one-shot, one-kill skill. But every build that makes it into the late game has something broken in it, right? And it is about understanding which broken things that you could possibly achieve and then giving yourself the opportunity to get those things. You know, that's what we're trying to do, right? Ooh, interesting. Did we just potentially solve our ammo problem? But my point is, my goal is to maximize the opportunity for me to actually make big moves, right? That's my main goal. And there were quite a few opportunities that I could have got something that would have been really good, and it didn't go my way. And the main thing that I need to do is just keep giving myself the best opportunity, and then, lo and behold, you're given something that looks like good RNG, right? But it's not that simple. Okay, we just got a lot better. So, 2 ammo onto this means Figurehead can come back in. It reduces this cooldown and adds damage here. That damage is being tripled, so it really matters. I'm very happy to go to Mattel here because there's quite a few items we could get that would be really strong, including this one, which I am happy to sell Tropical Island for. Goodbye, sir. You've served me well. But this is too good to pass up. We will refresh. I kind of regret it, but it turned out okay. Yep, turned out okay. We're also decently positioned against some, like, kind of, like, we're not good against freeze, but we are fast. So a perma-freeze is going to be problematic for us, but, you know, if we can get our harpoon off and one deadly submarine shot, that might be enough for us to stabilize against a fair amount of like, heavy freeze comps. The main reason to go to Veteran Octopus here is he just gives the most experience. And there's nothing that I wanted from the other guys. Not really, at least. So, happy to go here. And really, we're just looking for Cosmic Wind to kind of keep Heavy Harpoon in a constant critical state. One of the things that we have a high avenue toward improvement is if we upgrade this, it gives damage and reduces this cooldown. If we upgrade this, it gets more damage. If we upgrade this, it gets less cooldown. All of those are really impactful. But the most impactful one is Figurehead, because it does both things that we want to do. So that added 75 damage and further reduced this cooldown. We'll hold on to these for now. That can go. Pearl's dig site's great. I really don't want to spend too much money, though, so that's perfect. Happy to do that. And so the main thing here, anytime you're about to use a feather, you just want to remove all of your cooldown reduction off your items. That way they have the highest cooldown possible. Then reduce their cooldown by a static amount, and boom. That's going to be more effective. Small and medium items means could be medium items. That's what I'm talking about. Harpoon. Are we down to 4.5? 4.6 seconds? So with our initial haste, 2 seconds, it's almost enough to get this at... It'll be at 2.6 seconds where this goes off first, which is really fast. That's what we want. That was not a good reroll. That was a waste of money, actually. Alright, we're up against a Dooley, who has been doing pretty well, but can they keep up with our damage? It'll depend a lot on how much freeze they have, and what our harpoon hits. Uzi, soldering gun, love to hit this duct tape, or this matchbox. What did we hit? Soldering gun? It's not exactly what I'm looking for. But you are dead. Oof. Very quickly, sir. Very quickly dead. Alright, moving on. One of the nice things about Swashbuckle here is that as we continue to increase our crit, that adds more and more damage to this. And one of the reasons you see this disparity between the damage and the shield is that Swashbuckle improves damage, heal, and shield separately. So it improves the damage, and then under normal circumstances, Submarine has the same amount of shield as its damage, and then this improves the shield after that. JJ's not very strong. I think I'm happy to just get more damage here. This is 75 damage for the day. Pretty happy with that. Gumballs is not bad, but I think we're just kind of fishing for improvements on these two bad boys. Because both of those would be very strong to get. Do I take a disguise? There's a chance that I make my money back. Gets me the opportunity to look at a new item, but there is a chance I lose money, and I'm not a very rich person, so I'm actually going to hold off on that. Volcus Enforcer is really good against us. We actually have to... We actually cannot fight him. So Trash Titan's great here. There's nothing of his that I really want. Ideally, it'd be the Junkyard Lance, because I want the money. Let's go. Alright, very nice. Burn skills, ammo skills, not going to help us. A lot of diamond skills that could help us, though. Wow, that could be very strong. Knife Tricks is very good for us. That's just going to continually reduce this cooldown. So we'll take that. Get a tool. The heavy harpoon is no longer, or the tool, harpoon is no longer a tool. I don't want an ammo item. I don't want a tool. I will take chocolate bars. Alright, happy to fight a monster here. Perfect. I don't think any of these items are really anything we care too much about. And I don't know if I want his skill, because that scaling is likely only going to benefit him in the long run. This item is interesting. It's just too slow. Yeah, much too slow, unfortunately. But yeah, could you imagine? I mean, if I can hit with this, they're dead. It's almost worth keeping, because if I get like a shield bash, then it's like an insta kill. So we'll keep it. All right. This player is fighting for their 7 wins. Let's see if we can knock him out of the running. Elefox. All right, he does have Alacrity and Burn. Luckily, we go very fast. I don't think he's going to be able to get a chance to fight us. I do think he would have killed us, potentially. 1,400 damage at the end there. I would have got one more of these. He probably would have been able to kill us in one shot if he'd been given a chance. But too slow. That's what you get. There are some gold tier items I want, but a loot item is probably more likely to benefit us than a random gold item, especially because I have plenty of money now. Wonderful to see Mattel. Turns out there are a lot of medium weapons that I want. Medium items. None of those. Alright, so here I think it's a easy gumballs. Right now we just want to get as much scaling as we can. Pretty much, and the nice thing about gumballs, one of the things I always think about is whether I go here is, can I get value out of every single gumball? And the answer is absolutely yes. Shield, I get value. These are 3 damage and 3 shield, right? All of that's really strong. And the crit's also great. Here we go, Property Baron. And he's dead. That knife trick is pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Alright. This is not enough, but I would love to get an upgrade on Submarine here. See if we can pull it out. Unfortunately, we were not able to. Pole, you have betrayed me. Love to see skills here. A lot of skills that would be really strong. Bloodhound's not bad. Really not bad for us. I think it's good enough. Because if we get them under half with 1 shot, or 2 shots, then we just, bam, hit them again. And that is also going to kill one of their small items. It's a little cheap in the sense of the cost. And there's a part of me that wants to go for something better, but what we have is working. So let's take the guaranteed victory there. And upgrading an item here is just absolutely insane. Figurehead goes up. That's 150 extra damage on Submarine. And we are down to 4 seconds, which is exactly what we want with Oceanic Rush. This will go off in 2 seconds, which will slow 2 items and destroy one of their small items. Let's do it. We are reaching critical mass here. Looks like we've got a crit build on a heavy rifle. That is not a lot of damage, sir, as it turns out. And your silencer is dead. You do have a lot of slow, but it is not enough. Another Vanessa down. All right, and here we are at 7 wins. Let's keep the train moving. I think we have the ability to win these next 3 fights. Let's see how it goes. Diamond tier items, nothing that I can think of that we would want there. Let's just get some health. It's more likely to matter. Temporary boost here is perfectly fine. I'll take 75. And really it's 150 because of the crit chance. We'll go Lord of the Wastes, just so we can get that guaranteed level up. And you're dead. Perfect. Weapon skills, slow skills, skills unique to Vanessa. I think there are some charge skills for Vanessa that would be really strong. But there are some really powerful weapon skills, like doubling the damage of our large weapons. We gotta try for that. This is also very good. That's a lot of damage. I think I'm perfectly happy with that. 50 extra damage. It's really good. And while there's a possibility we could get the harpoon from Nautica, Monster Ranch on average is going to be better for us. And it turns out that it is. We could obviously get more ammo, but I think the games are over by then. I just want to get this cooldown further down. That's all I want. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that. 4.2. 3.7. 2.6. Love to see it. So that's going to go off in 1.3 seconds during the fight because of Oceanic Rush. Zerfin Safari, we can see a lot of powerful things here. Nothing particularly strong there. Unwavering's not bad, but it's really not good for us. I'd like to see something better. This is great for us. 50% of our max health. Yeah. Very good. Just in case we get hit by something really fast and hard, this will keep us going. Alright, Diane might be dying right now. See what I did there. Alright, he's got knife tricks, defensive stance. He does have shield bash and rig, but he's got too much going on to survive us. We're going to kill him right now. This silver submarine that could. Will it take us to 10 wins? The anticipation. This can't sell medium items. We could take the guaranteed health, but I am looking for my harpoon upgrade. And maybe the world will give it to me. Perfectly happy. Just looking for a harpoon upgrade. I'll click this just for the fun. Nope. Nope. And Lord Arkan's great. Happy to fight him. Boom. You're done. Now, I wonder if we get... we did not. But if we had gotten the Eclipse, I wonder if there's a way we could use this. We could have used this to basically guarantee an insta-kill. We would have had this out, quadruple crit damage, and it would have been used the second we hit half HP. Very interesting. So I think we want to go here. There's a chance that we get a diamond tier loot item and it gives us nothing. Ah, nice. We got lucky. There's a bug right now where if you get diamond tier loot items from that, it gives you nothing instead. Sweet. More ammo on that's great. So I could level up, but that's actually the same. Like, that's just a possibility. I think it's actually better to go to pole, just because if I do get the level up, then I have the opportunity to get another future level up, which I think is the big deal. Had a great run recently on, ooh, interesting. What happens if I take this off? How much damage? We lose an incredible amount of damage. Okay, we can't do that. And I can't take this off. This 30% cooldown reduction. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I could... I mean, so this would go to 3.7 versus 2.6. But it would gain multicast. And I would have to remove this. So that's 200 damage gone to give it multicast. Is that better? That's actually tough to say whether or not that's better or not. The one thing, though, is that this would gain multicast as well. Ooh, that is interesting. I think this is more damage. Ah, but this goes off way slower. No, there's no way we can do it. That's the big thing. I knew I was missing something. This needs to go off in 4 seconds. It's critical. It's super important. We will re-roll this just in case we get our lovely harpoon level up. Unfortunately, we didn't. We still got one more day because there's no way we're going to lose on this day. All right, Dooley. Your days are numbered. I should have taken an extra second there to make sure all of my build was in order. So I got lucky that I had not made a mistake, but I did not take that time, and it's very important that you do. Ooh, we got the slow, which is really nice. And we got rid of his battery. But he did get a lucky freeze on us. Luckily, our knife tricks is keeping us in the game big time. Yep, we just have way too much shielding, way too much damage. Knife tricks was really important for us to stay in that fight. Because we lost our silencer, but we still had a good cooldown. All right. I don't remember what swashbuckle does. It's just, yeah, deadly. You can't even get other stuff with it. What about figurehead? I think it can heal. Can you even put... You can't even put Celestial Conduit on that. These are not good. Well, I guess we'll do heal, right? Yeah, that's 30 heal, I guess. Beautiful. Enchant an item with crit effects. I don't think you can... Oh, my goodness. Swashbuckle. This gives double crit % chance. Yeah. Okay. Let's put a deadly swashbuckle on the board. And watch our numbers go up. About 150 extra damage. So nothing crazy. But around 300, including the crit. Hunting for a harpoon is my whole life. We did not find it, but we did try. All right. And we want to go veteran just to make sure that we get the level up, which will get us to level 20. Probably one of my first times in a while being to level 20. Goodbye, Mr. Octopus. Alright, interesting, interesting, interesting. So we do have a little bit of slow stuff, but mostly I'm just interested in charges. And the best way to get that is Old Zane. I don't need this. This doesn't do anything. Because it doesn't increase the actual amount of haste. None of those are useful, so we refresh. The first 5 times you use an aquatic item, haste 1 weapon. But Stunning Strike is actually meaningful. Even though it's only a 3-second stun, it does do something. Happy to see Grandmaster here. Perfect. Bloodhound's really strong for us. Wow. Skills again. Love to see it. That is incredibly powerful. Alright. Goodbye. And let's get some even more cooldown reduction. Down to 2.2. Even though we have 1 shot, 1 kill. 3.4. This means this is coming out in 1.6. 1.7 seconds. This guy has yet to die, so he has a very strong build. Let's see if we can knock him out of the game and cinch that sweet 10 wins. He's got knife tricks. He's doing the 1-shot. 14,000. Very fast. Oh, and he did get the crit on 50%. Oh. Did he have... I don't know what he had that allowed that to go so quickly, though. Yeah. When you slow charge an item, and he had turbo marbles here. And that allowed this to get... And this is what got charged both times. And he got the 50% crit. What am I missing there? Let me try this one more time. Look at... Oh no, I guess that's just as long as it took. And then he did get the crit. So it really just came down to, did he crit or not? If he didn't crit, I think I would have won. Good game, J Vital. Well played. 14,000. Very cool. Good game. Interesting that he was just chilling with a heavy fixer-upper here. But that's part of why he was doing so well, because when you slow charge an item 1 second, so he had all these slows to kind of charge all of his items, and this had a super low cooldown. Good game. All right, well, that was the game. We made it to 9 wins, almost to 10. If he did not crit, we had a chance there, but alas, he did crit, and that's the game. Hopefully that was useful. Good luck in your next runs, and hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions about the build, please include the timestamp that you have that question for. I should probably say that earlier in the video instead of right at the end. Goodbye.